Okay, so here we're going to get going now with the electronic field production. This is going to be week 6, and I'm happy to see people online and in the classroom, the true flex of the flex course. So I was happy to see anybody here really with the rain today. I was telling Catherine I thought everybody would be online, but anyway, here we go. So I want to keep it nice and short, but talk about something that's a little different and take you down a road that I know will help you if you want to help you get paid. And I'll show you some stuff I did within this idea, what we're going to talk about today, and then we'll turn it into next week as we do something actually with some field production and how you might want to take this to another level. Okay, so one of the things I want to talk about is I was thinking about what will we do with electronic field production, and then for some reason out of nowhere I remembered something, you know, like the hoopla of the how-to videos, right? So a how-to video used to be in my day, it was really basic. It was just something that showed you how to do something. I mean, that's literally all it is. So I'm going to get to going up here and kind of carry us through. And then Oscar and Chad, if y'all can't hear me or we got issues, holler at me and let me know. Okay, so one of the things I want to talk about today is, and I got to figure out how this works on the screen, pretty much right there, that way. So how-to videos. All right, and so how do we go about doing that, and what's the idea of that, and how do you get paid doing that? Okay. So how-to videos are going to be just that. It is exactly how to do something, but it's gone down to where if you put that as a category, there's so many subcategories to go with that it just blew my mind. So I remembered one that I had worked on, and that one was called a subject of that, or a subfolder of how-to videos, is explainer videos, and that's where we're going to go today. Explainer videos, and just like how-to videos or how to do something, but you know, how-to videos are like let me show you what the packaging looks like, right? And you open up a package, they classify that up under how-to. The explainer videos are going to explain something to someone. And the thing I wanted y'all to know is, as we get into electronic field production, the idea of complementary productions to accessorize or to accompany something you might be doing with your EFP stuff. Hey man, come on in. So what does that look like? And more importantly, just so you know that these resources are out there, because the first client I had that asked me to do an explainer video, I didn't know what all was out there. And I was thinking to myself, how am I going to shoot all this? How am I going to, you know, take her idea of what she wanted to explain, which was pretty detailed oil and gas stuff, and how would I make that work? And so that's when I came up with this thing, and I'll turn the projector off for a moment. Well, y'all are going to need that projector in a second, so hang on. Okay, anyway, so that's when I learned what I'm going to show y'all today, and you may know about it, may not. Either way, I just want for y'all to know how this stuff works, so that you can always have the ability to tell your client, yes, that's the goal. All right, and I'm trying to get my computer to show up on this projector here, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, so explainer video, that's where we're going today. Nice and simple, what it is, what does it mean, and how do you do it? Okay, that's going to be our little talk today, explainer videos, and then the assignment's going to be real quickly, just go make one and show me how that works. Okay, let's hope that comes on. Oh yeah, baby. Okay. So now I'm going to kind of turn this. Yeah, thank you, sir. I'll kind of turn this one down so in class they can see over my shoulder. And maybe might need to do this. Come on. There we go. Okay. All right, baby. So one of the things that I put up into the bright space, you'll see, is the idea of the explainer videos, kind of explaining it to you what it is. But then, the thing is, there's these places you can go that'll help you do all this. And I wanted to keep it free so you don't have to buy into anything. And so one of the things that I did was, when I was building this little particular thing for this client I had, I went ahead and figured out what system I liked that I could work with. And then she wanted more and more stuff. So I actually invested in buying more of this particular platform so I could get a bigger access to what they offered, and literally made everything you see on that platform. And so, but I started off for free. That was my goal. And that's what I want for you all to do, is start for free and just figure it out so you understand how these work. And you may already know all about this. It's just, I know it blew my mind when I was setting this up, that you can do these things and then really break down the explanations of stuff for people, and they'll pay you, to do it. So that was a big bonus for me. Okay, so let's go to, I'm going to take us into bright space. So I'll show you exactly what it is that I set up for this week, and we'll walk through it so that you all are comfortable with it and understand it all. So give me just a second. Here we go.
I didn't even get into the cameras with different lenses or whatever. I know this one's
Man, I did, what's today? Wednesday. Monday, I did with digital cinematography, and we're going to do that again next week. The idea of the lenses, because I want to have the lens kits and show you all the difference in lenses, but I want to have a camera that it goes with. And Luis didn't have a camera functioning for the lenses that we had on Monday. So we come back on Monday. Luis and I are supposed to get together and figure out what camera we got so I can show y'all lenses, like in a bunch of them, and then show you what different lenses look like on the camera itself. Yeah, that's the goal.
Okay, I didn't know if we didn't get it.
Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Okay, stand by. Here we go. Digital, nope. Here we go. Okay, so now you are going to see, once I get Zoom up in place, hang on. Okay. Now you can see the assignment for this week, week 6, and we're just going to walk through it, make sure everybody understands what it is and what we're talking about here. Okay. But with the how-to videos, right? I mean, next week, we're going to get into the literal idea and context of how-to. But this is just an adjunct, a kind of a side item that I wanted y'all to know was around, and keep it simple for y'all, mostly just so that you know. And I'm certain that there's more than just these. These are the ones that I knew or had worked with, and I wanted for y'all to have some exposure with that. Okay, but when I click here, you're going to see a hyperlink on what is an explainer video. If you click on that, it'll take you through. In my world, it literally was just an animated short that explains something as best as you wish for your client or for your widget, whatever your product is. If you are wanting to perhaps make a quick animated version of something about your brand or your product or your company, it's a real easy way to do that. All right. And then if you have something within your company that you do well and you want to explain it and keep it kind of soft on the explanation with the simple animations that are provided by these people, you can do that. And so that's what you see right there is a hyperlink to that. And then within the assignment, I gave you 3 different sources here: Adobe Express, Animaker, or Powtoon. And Powtoon was one that I worked with, and it worked really well. Although I was really interested to see the Adobe Express because it's included in our creative suites with Adobe. So that worked out well for me also. And so I've given you hyperlinks there to take a look and see which kind of platform best suits, you and how you want to work. But for me, I'm going to click on the Powtoon thing and take you over here now so you can see that. Right. And the idea is simple. It's you literally see that it tells you it'll help you easily create and explain a video online. And that's where we're going to go. So as you start looking at these things, it's a real simple thing. I'm not just saying that. It was mind blowing for me to see how simple these things were. Now, using this particular platform, I'm going to show y'all what I was able to do for this client. And it was really interesting. And I worked with her. I would set up a freebie one and I would do it for her. And then, are y'all able to see that? Am I still screen sharing? Yeah. Okay. Y'all let me know if I stop screen sharing, but I think it says I'm doing it right now. So you should be able to see everything here. All right. So she was she had a brand new business. She was really trying to get into the idea of accounting with large oil and gas back when the, what was it called? The green thing was hot, right? The, golly, I can't remember. It starts with an E. Anyway, you're going to see it here in a second. She had an acronym for her company and she wanted to link everything together for her accounting services she was providing. And she wanted to include the sustainability operations, the green side of what she does, and make the oil and gas companies look like they care about the environment and help them with the pitch of that, right? So how could she do that? And she kind of had an idea. And she kind of told me some stuff, and then I would create a little bit of this using that Powtoon thing, and I'd hit her with it. And she'd be like, yeah, I like this, or I don't like this. And then we'd go back and she'd say, how can we do this? And she would add in more stuff, and I would go back to Powtoon and keep knocking it out. And then this is the video that ultimately ended up on her website, and she really liked it. And it all comes off of this Powtoon thing.
Can CFOs really make the world a better place? As investors demand more environmental, social, and governance disclosures, the Chief Financial Officer is becoming linked to the Chief Sustainability Officer, and together, they enhance the company's core financial performance. But how do you decide which ESG information to present? And how do you align or integrate that information with the financial performance of the company? For companies without a team of sustainability professionals on staff, there's a high risk that the information provided may be of minimal impact to investors. Companies need a clear, simple solution. We speak the language of both the CFO and the CSO. ESG Link is founded by CPAs with a purpose of linking SEC and sustainability reporting. ESG Link brings the discipline of SEC reporting to help companies simplify the link between strategy and reportable metrics. ESG Link uses SASB industry-specific standards to link companies and investors using financially material sustainability metrics. We increase accuracy by linking internal control processes. ESG Link reports align corporate strategy to sustainability metrics. ESG Link provides a clear and simple process for a company's sustainability reporting. ESG Link provides sustainability reporting services at a fraction of the cost of full-time employees. Find out more by visiting us online at esglink.com. Get your company's ESG linked today.
And bam, just like that. Just like that. She had her little explainer video. It helped her get into the market. And last time I checked, like that was 3-4 years ago. And I heard something from her around Christmas time. And I asked her what was up. And oh, okay. Also with that one was the idea that she needed a website too. So when I did that for, I'm trying to turn this on. Hang on. There we go. When I set that explainer video up for her, then I built her a small, easy website to host it and put it up there and give her a couple of pages of about us and who she is and who her principals were and, you know, real basic stuff. So I got a chance to talk to her again after a couple of years. Man, that chick hit the big time. She went straight to oil and gas, started grabbing all these big companies and she's rolling with like 35 employees. She's got bi-coastal operations, all off of that, right? So that really made me feel good, but it reminded me today that what I want to do when we go down the road of electronic field production is make sure that you all have these toys at your disposal to be able to carry you through on the idea of how to complement. How do you complement your EFPs, your electronic field production? All right. So that's kind of where I want to take us today is stuff like that. And I want for you all to be comfortable with the animated explainer videos, because when you produce those, you use whatever platform that's right there and you produce something like that, you can then drop that video into your other videos with electronic field productions, your EFP stuff, and be able to run one video into the other and really create a really interesting, immersive project for yourself and for your client. So I wanted for you all to understand that, and that's what today's gig is all about. Okay. So does anybody, have you ever had any experience with making these little animated explainer videos? Anybody?
No, that's the way you learn, right? You know. I haven't played with it.
Yeah.
You know, how do you- So that my next project, I watch but I saw they did how they, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've done it to where we can animate objects that are already there, but I've never actually.
Now let's be clear. When we get into the Art Institute, I know y'all take real classes on animation. That is not what this is. There's this, no, baby. This is so easy. I could do it. Like I don't have a clue what y'all are learning in that real animation course. These things are automated. These things are template driven. These things are pick a character, pick a skin tone, male or female, hairstyle, whatever, make it wave, make it point, right? You just tell them point, you tell them to wave or whatever, and you'll see. You'll see. And it's
Making a Picasso.
no, we're just learning how to use this basic free software to make cool little interesting things that you can then complement your videos that you're making, right? I mean, no matter what you might be doing, dude, like I keep thinking about you all the time on the idea of music videos, but then to be able to make it a music and like use these little things to make your singer animated or make his thoughts or her thoughts come to mind, like something they're thinking, but you don't have the time or the budget to go make it. You can animate it with this little Powtoon thing and make it drop into your video for free and just add a whole nother dimension to the videos that you do.
Right.
And it might look, to me, what was interesting, I used to think it was so cheesy, but when the client had an idea and she didn't know how to make it come to life, when she saw that, she loved it. She didn't see that to be cheesy at all. And like I said, it helped her. What she wanted was an icebreaker. She had something that was rather detailed. She needed to get into the client's office and talk to them. And she needed for them to at least basically understand what it is she's bringing to talk about. And that's what that was for her. So she was able to show them that, preface her meeting, then go in, explain everything, and everybody was on the same page as her. How you all will use these things is up to y'all. I don't know how, I don't know if you will. But I just wanted for you all to know that they exist, right? And so that's where that animation stuff comes in, but not like Art Institute animation. No, it's so simple. It's automated animation and it's free and it really does work. And I just want for y'all to take a look and see what you think. And these things are really driving a lot. It is literally their own genre now that they call explainer videos. So when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, I remembered I'd done that for this lady. And that's why I'm putting it in here for this week. And then next week, we'll go back to doing a real how-to video and how might that work. But I think these kind of really help complement that on either side. Okay. So now let me take us back to what we're doing this week and share my screen with that. Hang on. Well, I'll tell you what, let's not do that. Let's just go straight into Powtoon. Yes, and that's what we're going to look at now because it's been a while since I've done it. I'm on the Powtoon website you know,
Calhoun.
that's where y'all can pick what you want, Adobe Express or the Animaker or Powtoons. I'm just going here because I've done it before, but it was a while ago, and I guarantee you that it's a little different even now. But for me, I'm just gonna come over here. I'm gonna do a sign up. Let's see what they want from me. Oh, wow. Well, I may still have my old account. Let's take a look. I see it's doing that for me. So for me, I'm wondering if, oh, I don't remember my password. Oh my gosh. Hang on. It was so long ago. I don't want that. It remembers my email address, but I can't remember what my password is. Let's see. Oh, come on. It could be, yeah, whatever you want your email to be as far as logging in. Well, I'm gonna tell you what, let's. Aha.
It's actually published to my YouTube. From here.
It's gonna start a new one. Let's go with yeah, so I'm just gonna start with a whole new account, and I put my email in, and now it's sending me something to activate.
Oh my God, how can I change the password? I just automatically save there. I can change it.
Okay, so once I put in my Art Institute email and chose the password, now it sent me a confirmation to my email, and I clicked on that, and now I'm in. And I did it on my phone just because I was using it to log in, and it's telling me that I have to use a desktop or a laptop to do this. So it appears that Powtoon is not going to work very well with your phone as your creative device. And now that I've logged in, it's telling me, let's start. I'm going to hit on that, and we're just going to see what happens. They're going to try to give me some simple steps to personalize my experience, it says. Aha. What do I want to make, right? So I want to make video and visual content for personal needs, for a nonprofit business, for education, for business or work. Heck if I know. I'm going to say business or work. And I'm going to say small business. And why not? I'm going to say I'm a director or a vice president. This is cray what they're asking me. All right. So let's call it business development. Goodness, look at that. I want to make video and visual content for business/work while working for a small business as a director, C-level VP of a business development team. Okay, next. What does all that do for us? Okay, brings us into our workspace here. Yep, and then I remember some of this. They've made it look a little different, but I do remember you can make different types of presentations. So up top, they're asking me what do I want to do? And then I can pick animated explainer or a video, a screen recording, promotional videos, import a PowerPoint, character builder, social media, or whiteboard. Now the social media could be hot. As we talked about last time, the idea of making links and little videos that you post up on social media. So I'm just going to click on that. Social media. All right. So I clicked on social media. Let's see what it offers us. Oh yeah. Little bitty templates designed for, I guess, whatever social media we're talking about. Now you'll see, I'm seeing here that they offer a lot of these are what they call pro. So they're trying to get you to sign up for them. Again, not necessary until you figure out you really like it or you got a client that really wants to help you pay for it. So I'm avoiding anything that says pro. I'm just looking for something that's free. And I'll take this one. A day in my life video template. Let's see what that looks like. So I chose a day in my life video, and then I'm going to go to edit in studio. I click on that. We're about to see what happens. Yeah.
This might say my email address.
Yeah, because as soon as you put your email in and your password, then they're going to send you a confirmation email to that email address, and you'll have to click that in order to gain access. Oh yeah, and I see that when we are on the free accounts, it's gonna bug our content as created using Powtoon. I see that down here. It doesn't matter to me. I remember using this back in the day, but golly, look at that. When I clicked on this for social media, it brought up my template here, and I'm able to change anything I want. I can change, wow, everything. Look at that. All the graphics on screen. I'm able to mess with that. And that's just in my first screen. Then my next one. Oh, I see. You would add in, it looks like you would do it by time or something. I mean, again, these are just templates. You can make or say what you want, but they're giving to you these things already done. You just edit them as you wish. And what happens if I like everything and I get it just like I like it? I see how that works. Okay. Oh, it's got music included as well, so I could edit out the music or put whatever I want with music. Outstanding. This is going to be my timeline along the bottom. I'm seeing that. Okay, so I'm starting to remember, but I don't want to take y'all through too much where it bothers you on the idea maybe you don't even want to do a day in the life of. I just wanted to remember how simple it is. This is my timeline along the bottom. This is my work or my templates along the left-hand side of my workspace. I can change out whatever I want from each of these. Or I could delete them and just, make it shorter or longer. I can add in more blank slides. I would add in a blank slide. I would add in whatever I want over the screen. Then when I'm done, you see I have all these here to the left. I can hit play. I feel fairly certain that a lot of this probably could be done within the app that you're using. Because I see my daughter doing a lot of these often, and I know that she's not coming to Powtoon to do it. But I think the idea here is if you start looking through what they offer, it's just the idea of a template. Really, depending on what your project is, what you're wanting to accomplish, they provide you the templates up front. So that's what that social media is. I just want to go back and look at whiteboard. That'll give us a better idea of what I was showing you, what I'd done for ESG Link, that company that she had. Let me try to go back and see what I'm up to here. If I go to Powtoon over here. So here I hit whiteboard. And then we'll see all of these different whiteboards here. Here is a free one. Here's a free one. So I'll take this one. Let's see what this one looks like. And then I choose it. It's going to load it. I'm going to do edit in Studio. Now it's going to bring up that template for us, and we're going to see what it looks like. So here again, we see our timeline along the bottom. We see our slides or our elements to our production over here along the left-hand side. And we see how everything on each slide is editable, is changeable. And so if I wanted to, let's just change this out real quick. I don't have a logo, but look, I could change out any of these things or move them however I want, or completely rearrange them, add the characters like you saw when those characters were moving around. All right, so that slide looks good. We'll go to the next slide and see what's happening on there. Okay, so we go back here, we hit play. The way that all these drop in, you click on it and you'll be able to actually arrange it or set it up like you like and make the movement happen the way that you want, whatever kind of thing you want. They call this one a cabin sketch. You have these hands that you can use and bring a hand in and make the hand move back in and out. And along here, you'll see your timeline at the bottom allows you to see how all these different things work. So we see that one come in right there. We can bring that person out, and you see along the bottom of the timeline, as we scroll across, what's happening on screen is what you see right there. So I see two different elements right there. And if I click on that, it'll help bring in the hand, or it'll bring in this movement right here, all of which you can edit or not. It's up to you, but they're all there. And then this tip shows up and you can edit it or not. If I break these down, I'll see everything that's in here. So tip one. If I wanted to change that, I could make that tip 3. As I run through here, you can see everything coming on the screen at the bottom. It has a little 2 down there, tells you that there's 2 different elements at play right there. I can move that around if I wanted to. And it would come in like that. Everything comes in right there. You see that hand coming from the right all the way across. That's each of these 4 different things. Anyway, that's it. My goal is just to show you that it's there, not to make you work too hard. So pick you one that you like, keep it simple, maybe 1 or 2 different slides and export it just so that you can see that you can do it. More importantly, how easy it is to do. And then take that video, you'll be able to export it as a video and then submit that was it, or create a link to it and turn that in. The main thing is that you're familiar with things like this that are out there that'll help you make these little things for people. It took me maybe a day to do that entire video once the lady was able to explain to me what she wanted to do with it all. Okay, so with this kind of a thing though, I wanted to get into, not only how do we do it, you can see here, they have a bunch of things like here's something, and just because it says grand opening or just because it says get hired, these kind of videos, these whiteboard videos is where we're looking at now. You can change that. It doesn't have to be a grand opening. It could be whatever you want it to be. It could be look at my baby. Maybe it's a baby announcement. Maybe it's a gender reveal, or maybe it's, it says, this one says get hired. If we were to take a look at that one, that might be you just trying to help your mom out on Mother's Day, right? Maybe you just want to make a Mother's Day video or something. Who knows? I'm just saying, don't be limited by what it says. Just use your creativity and pick a template that helps you get done faster, whatever you're trying to do. Everything you see on screen is coming from over here on these slides, and everything on the slides is coming from the bottom portion here of elements that you put them where you want them, you make them happen as you want, and that's how that one works. Okay, so we understand that to some degree without taking up too much time, the idea of how it works and what it does. I really like this idea of templates for social media. I think I want to play with a little more of that. That makes a lot of sense to me. I just want to know if it's actually easier than doing it on the social media sites themselves, Instagram or Snapchat or whatever. But anyway, you can't get any easier than that right there. Add your own video, add your graphics, and then export it and then put it up to your social. That's pretty fun, pretty easy. Okay. So now let's go back to the board. Hang in there. Okay. Going back to the board, now we got to think about what kind of stuff are we going to need in order to make that happen. And that's kind of where I started going with this. In order to get what we want for these things, we just need some basic information that's going to be relevant. And the first thing is we got to understand what the vision is. What's the vision is going to be number one. And I don't care if it's you, it's your vision because you're the one doing it for you, whoever you are, or it's your client's vision, whatever they want. You got to understand, it's what I call like begin with the end in mind. What do they expect to see? What do you expect to see? When you show it to your audience, what do you expect your audience to see? And the reason that's important is because everything we do in these videos is going to be step by step. All right. And by going step by step, we've got to have everything understood. So we start with what's our goal, what's our vision, and then we start with, okay, now that I understand that, I need to do this first, I need to do that second, I need to do that third. And that's how that one's going to go. That'll help us with the idea of how do we keep this thing going and how do we actually produce something using that kind of a software without getting frustrated. And the idea is, because we've written this out, or we at least understand it, first I want to show a logo. First, I want to show a logo. Then I want to show a person. Then maybe I want to show the product. And then I want to end with a website. Some kind of a call to action, right? There you go. So when you understand your step by step, I'm going to open with a logo. I'm going to go next into somebody doing something. I'm going to show them using the product, or just show the product. I'm going to explain the product. Then I'm going to a website to push them to the website for more information or to engage with us, right? That's so important. This call to action is going to be almost all the time why we're doing something. If you understand the call to action at the end, you really are focusing in on why. What's the vision and how we're going to get there? And let me just put that there at the end. A call to action. In the old days, it used to be a phone number. Right? You see a TV commercial and they'd always put up a phone number at the end. But now, you know what else it could be? Now that I say that, it could be a QR code at the end, right? Then somebody could call a phone number, hit the QR code, or go to the website. You know, we got a bunch of things that we can end up with, but ultimately that's our call to action. QR code, phone number, website for more information. You know, let us know what's up. So put the people in motion once you explain everything to them. That's what this is going to do. We're going to explain some stuff, then we're going to try to get them motivated to at least contact us for something, to get a meeting set up with us, or to have someone come out and talk to you and sell you our services or whatever it is. That's what that is, right? Okay. So now we understand what's the vision. We understand we got to go step by step. And then once we have our steps kind of figured out, now we can go into the actual creation of it. And I'm putting here, we would go on this kind of explainer video, and it's going to be true no matter how or who you use. If you're using the Adobe stuff, you're using Animaker, you're using a Powtoon, or one of your own that you found yourself, right? It's going to go one slide at a time. One slide at a time is how that one's going to go, no matter how you do it, because it's really just a PowerPoint presentation. It's just something with slides that become animated, that then they put back to back, and then you were able to end up with a small video, and that's how you do this animated explainer video. I'm going to put animated up here. But again, not in the way that your animation classes are taking you down. This is real simple stuff. Real easy. You tell the thing, put a hand on there. Like if I wanted, you saw it already. If I wanted, this is my whiteboard, I'm making a video, and then I want somebody to put a hand up here and put the word right there. You pick the hand, you pick the color of the hand, it comes up from the right or it comes up from the left. It puts whatever you want right there, and then it goes away. All that's automated. You just tell it to do it and it'll do it. But that's it right there. So we're gonna need to understand what the explainer video is. We're gonna need to understand what's the vision for the purpose. Maybe vision could also be the word purpose. The purpose of the project. What's the purpose? What's the vision of the explainer video? Why are we doing it, right? What do we hope to accomplish? And then we got to go step by step, because we really, what we're doing in the step by step is we're defining one slide at a time. We're defining out the slides that we think we might want, what we're going to do on each slide, what's about to happen. And then we're going to try to push a product. We're going to push a website. We're going to do a call to action. This is just me on how I know I did that other one, right? You saw me open up with a logo. Oh, you're going to need music. Let's put that right here. And we'll come down. We'll come out this way. You're going to need some kind of music underneath it. And again, all of these services have those musics free to choose from, so you can pick you one you want. It'll put the music up underneath there, so you need music to carry it, and then you saw on the one that I did also a narration. And that's where my client really liked the idea of being involved in that, because that was her voice. She wrote the script, she knew what she wanted to say to her clients, and from the script, I was able to take the script, put it onto the Powtoon, and then time it all out to her narration. It's just like when we do a music video, you'll do the music video, you'll record the track first, you'll have them singing that song, and then everything syncs up really well. I did the same thing with her. I did a VO or a narration, a voiceover or a slash narration. Then I made everything else time out to the narration, to the script of it all. I put a music up underneath her a little bit. And then I just did everything that she talked about. I showed it on screen. I'm not asking y'all to do that at all. But in the meantime, just be comfortable with it. If you just show one little guy raising his hand and saying hello and then say goodbye, that's going to be enough for you to understand how this works. That's all I care about. But it is nothing like the animation that you're being asked to do in other courses. That this is not that. This is somebody who needs something real quick. She needs something. Maybe you need something real quick, and you can crank this out. It'll crank it out as a video for you. You'll be able to add that to any videos you're working on, or you can characterize and make your explainer video in whatever way you want and be able to hand that out for yourself. You could take a explainer video like this. You could easily automate your logo. If it was just my logo is Martin Gaston, I could take Martin Gaston, put it in a funky font, and put it up on the Powtoon and make it spin, or make a hand come up and put it there on the wall or whatever, and just export that as a video. And that could be my slate at the end of my own videos, right? So if I'm doing my videos and I want to say Martin Gaston Productions, I could use Powtoon to make a Martin Gaston production animation real quick and be able to export that as a video, add that to my video productions, and I've got my own production slate that way. There's a lot of ways you can use these little simple explainer videos, animated videos, and it doesn't cost you anything. And the more you do it, the easier it'll get. But I didn't find it to be much of a learning curve from the beginning. So I don't want that for you all either. Don't get frustrated, just try to keep it simple. But the more you do it, the more you'll realize, dang, I didn't realize I could do that. I could do this instead. I could do that instead. And it really does help out. Okay, does that make sense on the idea of explainer video? Kind of what we're doing and what you might need to do ahead of time in order to do that, and then drop it into one of these services or one that you found yourself. Catherine? Right here, one slide, oh, at. That's an at.
Oh.
One slide at a time.
You mean, what is like time?
Yeah, because you'll see even on that Powtoon thing, they put the template over there on the left-hand side, but it's just one slide at a time.
Oh, one side at a time.
So that's how you got to get your brain thinking before you start moving into something like this. It'll just help you out.
So when you before you try to, you forgot your password and you finally how you did. I tried to change the password and then they need to.
Yeah. Well, I had the same thing happen to me. I like it because I guess it still recognized my email from when I worked with that lady. So what I did is I just used a different email. I went in and made a whole new account. I just now. So whatever, use a secondary email address or something. Catherine's talking about how are you able to go in and register from the beginning to get access to the Powtoon accounts. And I saw that my computer was recognizing my former login, but I couldn't remember my password. So I said, to heck with that. I just did create account, and then I put a brand new email in and gave it a password, and then it's going to send you a confirmation email to that email address, and I hit OK on that, and then I was in. It's nice and simple that way. But keep it simple. One of the things, in fact, let's put that up here. Let's do, for this particular project, keep it simple. All right, I can't stress that enough, and there's an L in there. There we go. I don't want you to have to work too hard on this or anything that we do. I just want you to be aware that these things are available to you, so that you understand that if I had to, I could knock this out. Or more importantly, when you're getting really creative and you're producing something of your own or for a customer of yours or whatever, I want for you to have these assets available to you, because sometimes you might need, or you might want, you may just think about in being creative what it is I'm trying to do, and you're like, dang, I wish I had a little animated thing I could throw in there real quick, and then you're gonna go, oh, here they are right here. All right, so that animated thing is highly simplified within the context of making explainer videos, and then you can export it as an MP4 and use that in your actual videos, and it doesn't take half the time, not even a quarter of the time to make these things work. So when I talk about keep it simple, why not? You figure out what you want to do with it, but I think even me, I might go back and try to revisit that and make my own logo with a hand or something that comes up and splashes Martin Gaston Productions or whatever the name is that I'm talking about using it. Have a hand come up and put it on the screen, and then go away and add a stinger of an audio element to it. Maybe get the stinger from Storyblocks, their audio effects. Nevertheless, I think you get the idea. Keep it simple, don't work too hard, but just become aware of what these places can do for you to help you do things like this. Just so important. And that lady, she was able to use what I did for her, and I put this up on the Brightspace. That ESG link was the name of her company she created, and she just wanted the oil and gas companies to understand, by hiring her accounting services, she would link up all of their sustainability operations in her accounting assessments that she was doing for them, whether it's across the company, across multiple companies across the globe. She wanted them to know I would hook all these up and link them in your ESG operations. And that video that we were able to do together using Powtoons got her paid 5 times over. So I was real happy about that, but it doesn't take much. It just takes, begin with the end in mind, understand your purpose or your vision, and then go one slide at a time. And it did help, I think, in hindsight, thinking about that one, it did help that I had her narration done beforehand. I had her write a script, and then she did the voiceover. I just recorded her doing her narration, and then I used that to give me my timeline of how I was going to do the video or the Powtoons thing, slide after slide. I just did it and timed it out with the narration. So that did help a lot. But in this particular deal, I'm not asking y'all to do any of that. Just become familiar with these types of software platforms, that they exist and what you can do with them, because it's fun and it's simple and it's free. Okay. Any questions or comments or anything?
You don't have a minimum time.
No, Amanda's asking about minimum time limit. How about 10 seconds? Like if it was me, if I was sitting there with y'all, I'd be like, man, Professor, dude, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna do what you said. I'm just gonna take my name. I'm gonna have a name. I'm gonna have somebody put a hand up with Martin Gaston on the board and then move it away. Done. I mean, yeah, I just want to see that y'all tried something and were able to understand it. I want for you to know these things exist. That's all. And there's so many different ways of doing them. I know there's 100 more than the 3 I put there, but I just want for y'all to understand that they exist. They're free. They're easy to use, and you can go as deep with them or as shallow with them as you want. So hang on, let's add that in. What did I just tell you? 10 seconds. All right, so I'm going to move into Brightspace now and add that in so that y'all can see that's what we've got to do.
10 seconds and you sound for nothing.
I know, but see, with these animations, Ken Lee saying, 10 seconds ain't time for nothing to happen on screen. But with these animations, it goes quick. You're going to see I mean, if you tell Powtoons to put, you know, to write your name, and I think one of them, they will do that. I think they have something that you say, let's just say Martin Gaston Productions, they have one of the elements is you can make a pen come out, a hand with a pen, and it'll write that on the screen. So you could have a hand come out with a pen and literally write Martin Gaston Productions. And if that's what you want to do, that's it. But you'll see, that's like 1 second. It goes by quick on screen. So, I mean, Ken Lee's like 10 seconds is quick. I'm thinking, dude, maybe the assignment should say 5 seconds.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
That's so funny, man. Yeah, you see, 6 goes by quick.
Oh, that's smart. Animated.
Okay, see, I'm up 10 seconds. So now listen to Amanda, 10 seconds is good.
That one, animated. Short of, right?
10 seconds at a minimum. You can make it as long as you want. I'm trying to figure out where would I put that in there. Think about something you would like to do. Here we go.
Pricing, because some of them you have to pay, some of the templates you have to pay.
Yeah, if you'll look on the templates, Catherine, some of them have this little thing and it says pro on it. And that means it's not free. Yeah, I didn't know about that either. I didn't have that back in my day.
I don't know, you could try that out and give it a shot. I don't, I have.
But if you're trying, because I don't want to get it too complicated later, this is gonna be, oh.
That's right. That's what I worry about too. I agree. Yeah, Catherine's saying she's getting these options that we're on Powtoon now, and they keep saying you could have this gift. You know, you can get a gift. Click here and get your gift. And she's right. And then she says they'll be sending her emails for the rest of her life once she signs up for stuff.
Yeah, for real.
Okay. Okay, so I put in here on the assignment now, make your video at least 10 seconds long, but it can be as long as you wish. Sometimes you get going, dude. That's what happened to me. Ken Lee's like, I'm gonna make it 30 minutes long. Yeah, I mean. But you'll see, this idea of 10 seconds, these things go by quickly. A hand that puts your picture on screen literally might take a half a second. It slaps it up there. Powtoon says not on the phone. Powtoon says it has to be desktop, laptop. But I don't know about Adobe Express or Animaker. I just don't know. I've never messed with those. Aha, there you go. And you have so many different things. Remember, I'm showing y'all the whiteboard side of Powtoons, and then we looked at the social media side of Powtoons. But take a look and whatever interests you and figure out what you might want to do. Yeah, no, any topic you want. Whatever you might want to do. Yeah, I think they're all the same. Yeah, you just pick one that you want to work with, and or you know, your own if you want to pick something you know of that I'm not even putting here. I did. I used the Powtoon because I had experience with that one.
I just think we had one and put it in the studio. See what you want.
Okay, Oscar, Chad, are y'all with us? What do you think? Everything good? You got any questions?
I think that sounds good, Professor.
Okay, man, keep it nice and simple. All right, don't work too hard. I'm not trying to do anything like that. I'm just trying to expose you all to all the different things that are out there that helps you complement or accentuate or move forward something in an electronic field production environment. So you go out there, you shoot stuff, and you want to complement it, you want to add something to it. These little things are real easy to help you do that. And we hadn't even really gotten into the idea of artificial intelligence and the AI side of producing videos. So maybe, well, I'm gonna leave that to its own course, but next week we'll go into shooting actual how-to stuff. We'll get away from explainer videos. We'll go into how-to videos and how do you shoot something like that? What are the steps that will go into that? It's gonna be just like these, except it'll be with an actual phone or a camera and you're shooting how to do something literally. Okay, man.
Sounds
Everybody
good.
good? Yeah, go ahead. I didn't hear you.
Oh, just saying that sounds good.
Okay, babe. All right. I'm gonna wrap this up on that so y'all don't have to hang on online. Let me know if you got any questions or comments or anything, and I'll take care of you as best I can. I think this week, again, I put a assignment for attendance, just so we can grab some extra points and grading in that. So make sure you handle that one. And then this assignment that we just went over now, knock that out. And if you got any questions or anything, you just let me know. Everybody good? I'm gonna try to stop our recording now and end our things. Thank y'all for coming, man. Y'all have a great day and do good and be good.
Have a good one.
Okay, bye-bye.